of the art and science of national security. And therefore,
writings about the research and the depth in which he goes, his deep sense of patriotism, which is buttressed not only by the developments, but also the deep understanding of the history, the culture, civilizational values, and the environment in which our nation got hurt, bruised, this thing, and what are the lessons that we can take from there. So I must firstly thank Bakshi for this great effort. I knew that he had written a lot of books. It's a revelation to me that this is his 45th book. So heartiest congratulations. We do hope you will continue to contribute much more. Shri Pandit ji also is a great, an old friend of mine. We have known each other, we have worked with each other for some time. Both these gentlemen have got an advantage over me. That is, they can speak what they have got in their mind. I've got to speak what is correct. And though they know what I feel, and at least they know, the two of them know what my feelings and my understanding are. Now, firstly, let me thank General Bakshi for the book, and not for the reasons that many of you will say. Why is this book important, and why I consider it to be a very, very great effort? Why do we fight the wars? Is it some vicarious pleasures that we get in killing the adversaries, human resource at the capital? What is it? What do we want to achieve? Whatever our military objectives or political objectives may be, how do we want to achieve it? We achieve it by breaking the will of the nation and defeating its army breaks their will. That is why it is important. When you defeat them on the battleground, the nation is prepared to have peace with you on your terms. So whether it is Ukraine, Russia, it was second war, it was any war, and at the end of it, it is that you want to do that. But what happens if the people don't have the national will at all? Do you need enemies? One of the major tasks that we neglected, and we should have this thing, or to the extent it should have been done, was creating the national will, strengthening it. Way back, about 125 years back, but the one person who rose to do that was Swami Vivekananda. That is, when he say Uttishta Bharata, O India, rise. Idea was this, to create that national will. And I must compliment that in the same tradition, General Bakshi's books, his narratives, his discourses, they may look little outlandish at times, and little one can have his own criticism, but the fact remains that the idea behind that is know who you are. Understand yourself. Realize your potential, realize your past. Your past will give you an idea that you were able to accomplish what you have been denied by the unfortunate course of history. We are the victims of history, but probably we haven't learned many lessons. It's all very great to say, and it is right. It's true. Our past was very glorious. It is also true that we had everything, the intellectualism, they had the great understanding of war, security, national purposes and others. But probably, in spite of all that, in spite of the economic prosperity of the country, in spite of the huge manpower resource that we had, why is it that we are bruised by the history and the history wronged us? We have got to accept the reality as it is and not as we wish it to be. If we glorify our past, it is important to build our will and our confidence as a nation. But it is not sufficient. We have to first analyze, and I wish the General Bakshi writes some book on that. Where did we fail? We went wrong in our thinking and also in our actions. One of the reasons where we failed was that we considered the strategy, the norms, the rules, the values, the laws that will govern your engagement with the adversary will be on your terms, by your perception, by your thinking. Strategy making or war is never a binary, it's never a singular unitary equation. It is vis-a-vis some objective or an adversary or a chief thing that you want. There is more than one entity. Now I am reminded of the book that Mentor, one of the Greek generals, had written. Some of his memoirs which I have written, which is in one of the books in Battleground Foundation, which I read there. Later, who came to be known as Milind in the Indian history. He converted to Hinduism and Buddhism and then to Hinduism. He said that, well, when we came here, we found that was a very strange practice. Whereas we could come on our horses and go across the fields, the Indian soldiers will pass through the lanes because according to their law, according to their traditions, according to their values, they could not this thing, खड़ी फसल के अंदर से नहीं जा सकते, पेड़ नहीं काट सकते, सूर्य अस्त होने के बाद किसी को मार नहीं सकते, युद्ध से पहले शंख बजाएंगे जिस तरफ से आ रहे. Now we thought these are our practices. हम ही है क्या लड़ रहे, दूसरा भी तो है पहले. Is it that we have got to make our strategies, we have to build our doctrines, we have to build our equipment, we have to build our preparations and training and everything, keeping in view the overall ecosystem and the environment which we are at work. And it is not as we wish it to be. This persistently had been one of our shortcomings. We did not update and upgrade ourselves. When